life with frivolity. Parties and balls, a life so grand. Little did you know what fate had planned. Ollie, the wandering candlemaker, chosen by Sybil in her destiny's bound. Escaped from towers of paper to the open road, a reluctant cleric with powers bestowed. From luxury, thrust into robes, surrounded by tomes and dusty old globes. But Ollie's mind, sharp as a tack, mastered the legalese others did lack. Contracts and bylaws, she knew them all. Her litigious prowess made bureaucrats fall. In mazes of paper would she find a way to bend the rules and save the day. A holy symbol in a divine dream. Not all in the tower is as it may seem. A true the tower across the land. But Ollie sees more than meets the eye. All timelines at once, futures that fly. Past, present, future, all intertwined. Sometimes leaving the present behind. But Ollie sees more than meets the eye. All timelines at once, futures that fly. Past, present, future, all intertwined. Sometimes leaving the present behind. Library cat, shrouded in mystery, follows Ollie through every history. With glowing eyes and silent paws, it guards her path without pause. Ollie, the wandering candlemaker, chosen by Sybil in her destiny's bound. Escaped from towers of paper to the open road, a reluctant cleric with powers bestowed. Cut from luxury, thrust into robes, surrounded by tomes and dusty old globes. But Ollie's mind, sharp as a tack, mastered the legalese others did lack.
Oh, hoist up the sails, let the winds take a breath. For Thaddeus Turnpike commands his ship. A lord of the waves, a sailor so bold, with magical powers and a heart of gold. Behold, Thaddeus sailed the endless sea, with little Lubo as wise as can be. Through tempest and tide, they roam far and wide, the Turnpike legacy, their unfading pride. From the mighty Turnpike line he hails, with a lineage of captains braving the gales. A scion of seafarers fierce and grand, with the smell on his lips and the sword in his hand. Behold, Thaddeus, master of the spell, with little Lubo through heaven and hell. They dance with the stars, they flirt with the dew, their laughter echoes in the ocean's blue. Now for his mate, little Lubo's his name. Together they soar in fortune and fame. With little Lubo, his talents wrapped in light, they summon the winds and the stars to their fight. A curse of great power, a gift or a bane, Thaddeus wields it with little to fame. A rogue with a charm, a sailor with flair, he faces each curse with nary a care. Behold, Thaddeus, the sea's arcane knight, with little Lubo in the pale moonlight. Through whispers of magic and the salt-laden air, the Turnpike adventure none can compare. So sing of the Turnpike, the legend, the tale, of Thaddeus and Lubo setting sail. For where the map ends, their journeys just start. The sea's in their blood, magic in their heart. So sing of the Turnpike, the legend, the tale, of Thaddeus and Lubo setting sail. For where the map ends, their journeys just start. The sea's in their blood,
Salonia's fields a halfling stood tall, sea gray eyes a fighter's call. With Fiona's love and Angus' smile, his world was bright for a little while. Oh, Harold Gray with list in hand, a promise made, a journey planned. Each task he'll mark, each dream fulfill. For those he's lost, his heart beats still. From Zakar streets to golden fields, their family loved the greatest shield. They dreamed of wonders near and far, penned on a list beneath the stars. Oh, Harold Gray with list in hand, a promise made, a journey planned. Each task he'll mark, each dream fulfill. For those he's lost, his heart beats still. Young Angus fell on distant shore, while Fiona's kiss would come no more. A drunken noble, a vengeful blade, left Harold's world in darkness laid. But from his grief a purpose born, to honor vows that he had sworn. The list unfolds a final wish, a blade resisted a gutted fish. Now Harold roams through joy and strife, to live for three in one short life. From mountains high to oceans deep, this solemn pledge he vowed to keep. With bowler hat and iron will, he faces each task with hard-won skill. For every deed he sees it through, he feels their love forever true. And when the final task is done, when every battle's lost and won, he'll close his eyes, his duty clear, knowing his loved ones drawing near. In afterlife they'll meet again, their love eternal, free from pain. The list complete, their dreams fulfilled, a promise kept, a future will. Oh, Harold Gray, your journey's long, but in your heart they're never gone. With every dream that you fulfill, Fiona and Angus are with you still.
In his wake, it is when enemies Hello. What? Hello. Welcome back to You Are Legion, the D&D game where you, the audience, that's right, you can join in and be part of the story as the gods themselves. Feel free to use those eternity crystals right there at the bottom of your screen next to the chat to give any character you like, PC, NPC, advantage, disadvantage on any roll. Remember to write in the character name you want to be touched by the gods. My name is Koi. I'm going to be your game master today, and I am joined by some of my incredible players. You might recognize them. We're playing a little thing in Season 2 I'm trying out, so I'm going to throw this at these guys, see if they remember from last week. Sam Gilroy joining us as the noble pirate wizard Thaddeus Turnpike. Last we saw Thaddeus...
He was negotiating what kind of ship he was going to start captaining as we went off onto our next adventure. It was after a negotiation where we also asked my sister to... I have to open up my notes so I can remember the gods' names. It's like Pongo or something like that without looking it up. But we asked my sister to beseech, sort of spread the news to the gods that we believe that a lich might be besmirching their name, and any sort of like boons they wish to seek upon us would be very helpful and much appreciated.
Asking for help and support. Yeah. Amazing. Thank you, Sam. Next in the circle, I think two counterclockwise, we have Sean Boyd as the blast blue dragonborn Aelric Tiamaticus. Last we saw Aelric.
He was slowly running out of patience with everything around him and trying to get information from Virgil and just trying to get moved forward, and finally tried to escape it, couldn't do it, went back in the room, made some more grumbling, demanding threats, and then finally got alone with the party, and then we started to make a game plan. We decided on a frigate? No, we decided on the middle one, the galleon. We started the galleon. That's right. Elric doesn't really have much say or sway when it comes to boats. Still new territory for him. But the big difference is he is no longer wearing any of his armor. He's left his armor in his room. He's got everything else, but he's basically just wearing clothes right now. And his red robe. I've already adjusted the AC.
Okay, amazing. Awesome. And below Sean, we have joining us Michael Keane as the halfling Harold Gray. Last we saw Harold.
He was negotiating with Virgil, who was a halfling. And he was very worried to be greeted by a halfling.
True.
Yeah. Game recognized game.
Game recognized game, buddy. Yeah. Halfling Shire folk recognize Shire folk, as the old saying goes.
Yeah.
Incredible. Thank you. And Claire will be joining us as our resident cleric, Arlie Candlewick III. She's just coming from another obligation, so she'll be joining us midstream, as it were. And now I want to take us onto the deck of, and this is going to be a reveal to our party as well. Welcome to the Apostate. I'm going to just share this with our friends at home. I have a very complex map here. This is a map of our galleon, the Apostate. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 decks tall. You have I'm not great at computers, so they're just all side by side. On the furthest right there, you have a little breakdown, a little key of your ship. This is just so that you can all see the scale and what's going on in your ship, the Apostate. And we will come back. So I just wanted to put that up there for everyone to see, including our lovely audience at home. And I'm going to say that we return to the docks of Calaman as Salome is standing on the deck of the moored galleon, the Apostate, with Thaddeus after he has just decided that this is the ship that he and his companions will be taking. It is still early in the day, and the sun has not quite risen to its full height, and the ship is rather empty, Thad. There's not the normal hustle-bustle of a full crew. And Salome looks to you, says, "It's a good choice, brother. This is one I had thought of potentially captaining myself. I found the hull here when we first came to Calaman. Strong ironwood ribs. It's taken a bit of work, but seems like you'll have her first voyage."
Well, if it went as well as conquering the city of Kalaman for the family, I'm sure that I will pilot it quite successfully.
I'm sure you will. With your luck, even failure can't do you wrong. Now, of course, any captain should decide on their own crew, so I suppose I'll let you to it. That being said, you can get any support of my second in command. Where is he? She looks about and calls out, "June!" Says he's been overseeing the repairs and knows the ship better than even I at this point. I'm reluctant to let him go, but happy to leave him to you if you want a first mate you can trust.
Does he wish to join our adventure?
Let's ask him. As she turns, you see clumping up the stairs, filling the entire stairwell down to the lower decks, comes a large circular silhouette, or ovaloid silhouette. Smaller than a man, but still larger than a halfling. As he comes into the sunlight, you see it is the shape of a humanoid turtle. If anyone knows what a turtle is, they are from the more distant lands outside of Solamnia. These are humanoid turtle-like figures with large shells on their backs. And this one comes trundling up. You've never... any turtles that you might have seen are fairly land-based. Certainly haven't seen any aboard a ship other than maybe a traveler, and certainly not one as an officer of a ship such as your sister might run. She runs quite a tight ship. As he comes up, he has a little list of things in his hand, a bunch of papers that he's been going through. "Hi, Salome, how you doing? Just finishing up the last of the repairs. And, oh, hi, how are you doing? My name's June. Good to meet you."
So is it Jin?
June, like June. June.
June.
Yeah, June.
June, got it.
Right.
Wonderful, nice to meet you.
Good to meet you too. Yeah, June, this is my brother, Thaddeus. Oh, Thaddeus, I've heard a lot about you, Thaddeus.
How long have the two of you been traveling together?
Oh, well, I've been working my way up from swabbing the decks.
Yes. A real deck swabber, is that right, sister?
He's earned his way, let's put it that way.
We all had to swab a few decks to get where we are, Master June.
Oh, you've swabbed some dicks yourself, have you? Oh, yeah?
Once or twice.
Well, we're all in the same place then, aren't we? Well, yeah, it's she's about ready. Actually, June, says Salome, we're giving the apostate to my brother. Is that right? Well, she's a good ship. Be sad to leave her and spent so much time getting her back in one place. We'd still love to see her ride the seas.
Well, June, that can be arranged, for we are in desperate need of a crew and in desperate need of a first mate to manage said crew.
Well, best of luck finding that. I'm the second mate here of Salome's, and I'm sure with your name, you could probably find someone quite well. June says... sorry,
June.
what was... Yeah.
My sister has offered your services as my first mate if you so chose to come and stay here and see this ship's voyage as you just said you wanted.
Oh, is that right? You see Salome give a very authoritative nod of approval to June, who takes that as formal approval and confirmation of what you've just said, and goes back to use. Well, of course. I mean, spent so much time getting it back together, ship shape. Love to see her fly. And, well, serve the sister, serve the brothers, all the same to me. I suppose you share in her family tendency of wild adventures at sea.
Oh, yes. I would need a first mate that could handle strangeness and oddities at the highest caliber. Someone who will not lose their nerve in the face of gods or eldritch horrors or untold things from generations past.
June takes it in. You can see, thinks about like every single list item you've named. Well, I can tell you with a certainty that the only time I've lost my cool is when the grog runs out. Aye?
Well, then while we are stocking up provisions for our voyage, I expect you to make sure whoever is our quartermaster stocks enough grog to keep you cool.
Leave it to me, Captain. Aye, aye. And with that, you have your first mate secured. June the Turtle. At this point, I want to do a little bit of a minigame, because we want to keep it going, but we also need to stock and crew our ship. So, I am going to ask we have a series of positions. I believe we have captain, we have first mate, we need a helmsman, we need a bosun or a boatswain. That's kind of like the head of the sailors, leading the sailors on deck. We will need a sergeant at arms who's going to be leading the gunner team. And we also need some sailors themselves. Our gunners on the Apostate are going to also double as rowers. If there ever needs to be rowing, it's going to be those same people. So, I assume, Thaddeus, you are taking the captain's position. Is that right?
Unless Harold wishes to challenge me for it.
Harold has every right to challenge you.
Thad puts the grease away and starts putting his shirt back on.
So I'm going to say that for recruiting our crew, whoever wants to do the recruiting will roll me 1d20. And
This does not feel like Elric's wheelhouse for sure. So
Before we start,
yeah, so our gunners are so for all of the sea-based positions, if you have proficiency in water vessels, then you can add your proficiency to the roll. Otherwise, it is a flat roll. It will take 1 day per position to recruit as well. And in those days, whoever's not recruiting can tell me something that they're stocking the ship with.
And Elric, does Elric know how to work a cannon?
I'd say Eric can add his proficiency bonus if he's trying to recruit the gunner team. Yeah.
So could we then also plot him into whatever that job position is as well?
Sergeant at arms would be the head of the gunner team.
Yeah.
The gunners are also potentially like your Marines, like who would be a part of a boarding party. That would also be your sergeant at arms. Would be the head of that party.
I feel like those people need to have a military kind of top as captain of this here vessel. I'm wondering if you would like to be our sergeant of arms.
Amazing, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good fit. I can do that.
All right, you have named your...
I freeze?
Coy.
Oh, I froze.
Ian, how's it going?
I wonder what has happened to the. I'll wait for Sam to come back on. Can you hear us, Sam?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, all good. I wanted to ask what has happened to the refugees of Vogler? Because they were a fishing village. All of them would know their way around a boat. But now that the war is over, they might have returned to Vogler.
Yeah, you can certainly... so the mayor of Vogler, who you knew, has actually taken up a fairly senior position in the administration of Calaman because, as you remember, the entire city council was murdered by Death Knight many moons ago. So she's actually taken up a position of just like administrator of the bigger city as a competent administrator herself. Many of the people have returned to Vogler now that the main threat has gone. Some have chosen to stay in Calaman. Most of those who've chosen to stay in Calaman have either taken up positions in like the City Watch or other like positions among the city.
Okay. And we need to have a quartermaster, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Quartermaster, navigator, gunner team, which is also like your, and general.
So what I would like to,
yeah.
What I would like to do then is Harold would like to approach the mayor of Vogler and ask her for a referral, because the position of quartermaster is fundamentally an administrative position. You are essentially the accountant of the vessel. It's your job to inventory all the supplies, to ensure everyone has their rations, to make sure no one's stealing.
Mm-hmm. So you're gonna ask.
You're an administrator.
You want to ask the mayor of Vogler for a recommendation. Is that right?
Yeah.
Cool. I'll say doing that. I'll let you add your proficiency bonus to the roll.
Okay. I just roll a d20, that's it?
Just flat d20 plus your proficiency.
$19. All in.
19 total?
Yeah.
Amazing. Incredible. So you actually, with the suggestion of, you spend the afternoon basically like slipping into the busy schedule of the ex-mayor of Vogler, finding them in between a couple meetings, being able to ask their advice. They point you to the quartermaster of the town guard, or the city watch, I should say, who is able to point you to an up-and-coming apprentice, someone who has quite a lot of capacity and a little too much wanderlust. And would you like to name the quartermaster? With a 19, I will say, you get a 0, not a plus/-0 to your quartermaster. In terms of roles requiring crew actions on the ship in future.
What do I get with a 10?
The 10 would be a -2.
Okay. What do we get with a 20?
The 20, 16 to 20 is 0.
Omniscience.
Okay.
The scale maxes out at 30 plus.
Oh wow. But we can't get that high because none of us is going to have proficiency of more than +4.
This is only the first journey of your ship.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm not. Yeah. Their
wait,
name
wait,
is,
wait. Wait, Vikovar. Oh, wait. The Legion has spoken. Keen gets a reroll. Keen gets advantage on that. The gods have spoken.
Oh, thanks, Vikovar.
I also rolled Koi when you get done. I rolled a 23 on my.
it was D to the pool. D to the pool gives you that reroll. Thank you, Deadpool.
Oh, so I got a nat 20, and so that'll bring it up to a 24.
A nat 20 with a 24.
Thanks.
I will say with a nat 20, we gotta honor the nat 20s, right? With a nat 20, I'll say that your quartermaster you get a +3 on your quartermaster. Would you like to describe the quartermaster that you find?
Sure. Lemmy is one of those kind of like, men around the age of 18 who's all joints, super uncoordinated, has a big sort of mop of curly hair. His face hasn't finished transitioning from child to adult yet, so it's just sort of odd proportioned. Is sort of just bumbling, but very good with numbers and wants to, get out there and see the world.
Love it. Alexander Hamilton. Incredible. Lemmy, our quartermaster, +3 quartermaster. Very, very good roll. Aelric, you said you rolled a 23. That's for finding your gunner team. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Or
yeah.
Cannoneers, right?
Yeah, so the gunner team will be your current loadout has these large crossbows like scorpions that are your broadside weapons. They can be improved in future. But the gunner team will be your marines, so for like boarding actions, they will be manning your broadsides, and they will also be, if needed, manning the oars, because those are the same ports on the side. So they are not sailors, but they are more soldiers, which makes sense why you would be recruiting them. With a 23, Aelric, you get +1 gunner team. Would you like to describe how you find this gunner team and what kind of a group this is?
Yeah, I think so. So Aelric goes to the normal type of bar that carries on serving the more martial folk as opposed to the civilian folk. And he scans around the room, and there's a lot of boisterous groups, a lot of groups that are just out there with braggadocio and like hitting each other and giving it, and doing the things and starting to pick fights and everything like that. But way over in the corner is this group of 6 people. I don't know how many people do I need. 6, 8, 10? How many people?
The gunner team.
Let's just say a group of people. You can determine.
It's 2 score men.
Okay.
Yeah,
2 score men. They got a banquet room in the back, and they're just sitting there. just calmly drinking. And there's all this fracas going on. Everyone else is like ragtag, putting on pieces of clothing that they've clearly gotten from other people and everything like that. Just real ragamuffins. But back in the back of that calm, quiet room, everyone is just nicely coiffed in their uniforms that all match. They don't seem to be of any nationality that Aelric knows. Or he doesn't recognize the uniforms, but that's clearly a uniform-based group. So he walks into the room.
Love it. You walk straight over to these veteran soldiers and immediately ingratiate yourself with just a round of drinks for everyone. And as you kind of hope, they don't respond in the sophomoric, like, oh, we got some drinks for everyone. You just see like a very like a kind of nod of appreciation around the group, and everyone looks to the clear leader of their group, who is able to step forward and speak for them, and says, well, that's some very generous from you there, sir, but we don't usually get such kindness without a request behind it.
Not a request, an offer.
Well, you've earned a place at the table. Why don't you sit down and tell us such offer?
And getting a crew of gunners and marines together. I'm a part of a crew that is leaving on a great adventure tomorrow. Our captain will be Thaddeus Turnpike of the Turnpike clan.
Give me an insight
you've heard
check. Yeah, give me an insight check as you drop Thaddeus' name.
Okay.
And his last name as well.
Yeah. Come on, man. Sorry. My mouse stopped working for whatever reason.
no.
Yeah.
We can give you, someone else can give you an insight check if you need.
That's right. I finally I did it old school with the old
Oh, hell yeah.
pad. Did it roll?
With an 8.
Oh, no, 8. I have a terrible insight. It's because it's wisdom. It's always
It's
wisdom.
Well, I'll tell you what, Aelric, for better or worse, you chose the group that keeps the cards close to their chest. And you dropped the name, but these are all poker players. There's not much movement, as they all just kind of quietly accept your statement.
Sounds good.
Oh, Vikavar gives you advantage. Vikavar,
Don't waste it on my wisdom, buddy. I'm the worst at this. Okay.
Vikavar buttresses your wisdom. He is what keeps you alive on wisdom saving throws.
He is my permanent bless spell on wisdom spells. Oh, God bless you.
Cleric of Vikavar. I love it.
It's worse, buddy. I got a 4. I cut it in half.
A 4. Still take the higher roll, of course, because it's advantage. But yeah, I mean, you've chosen some hardened soldiers. So dropping a name doesn't stir them enough for you to pick up. But the good news is that's what you're looking for.
Right. I'm looking for serious soldiers ready to do serious work.
Serious work. Serious work costs some serious money.
Elric has on his body. Where is his? Oh, he doesn't have hardly anything on him. Okay.
I will just like general, like, this is just like out of character, just general stuff here at this point. Y'all are like personal friends with the ruler of this city, and you have a lot of connections. At this point, I don't think any of you, if you have enough time to ask each other in the party, and especially if you want to send letters through someone like Harley, you kind of have the capacity to get whatever money you need.
Right. I'm not one to carry riches with me,
Wise?
but if you know the turnpike name, you know you will be paid well and consistently.
Where do you fit in all this?
I'm the sergeant at arms.
With that, you don't even need a roll. There is a noticeable raising of eyebrows as everyone looks to each other. This is a group of a mixed bag of species. There's humans. There's a few orcs in there. You think you see either someone who's like an extremely attractive human or possibly some elvish blood. But this is the first time that actually there's like some actual eye contact and raised eyebrows as they see that they would be serving directly under you, Dragonborn. But no one speaks, and the leader says, well, you tell us the birth, we'll be there.
Do I know the birth number? Sure I do.
Yeah.
Did you say it? Did you say
No.
the birth? Okay.
No, you just give
Okay.
it to them if you want.
Yeah.
Amazing. So you recruit a team of veteran soldiers to be your gunner team. What would you like to name the leader of this group?
Just because of his, well, I was going to do something, and then you kind of got the southern dialect going on there. I still think I'll go with the name because I loved how I described them, and it reminded me of something else. So
Yeah.
we're gonna name this guy Swan Ronson.
Swan Ronson. Love it.
Yeah.
Name Swan Ronson. We'll see you
Swan
there.
Ronson.
Amazing. Well done. Good recruitment. Incredible. So we have... that's the end of day one at this point. But I will say, Thaddeus, you've told June to make sure that there's enough grog on board. I'm just going to go quickly around and just capture equipment that anyone wants to flag as something they're bringing, or that we are putting on the ship. I'll start with Sam. Yeah.
How far do those radio things work? That the gnomes invent?
The gnomish radio things. Yeah, those are effectively. I mean, I'm gonna say like they work at a narrative range of like within the scene. So you can communicate. It's like a short band. You can communicate quite far. They can't communicate when we get into like strategic map travel distance if you're like far away from the city. But if you're just like traveling inland and you're having to like contact the ship that's like moored in the harbor, that would certainly be able to be far enough for that.
I do have a question before we do finish this day in terms of finding other crew members, if that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Would druids have to, if a druid wanted to be a druid that was like occasionally part of society, would they also have to register with the tower? Would like does the tower have like a druidic component to it in any way, shape, or form? How regulated is the magic of Kryn? Uh-oh. If I wanted to get my hands here, let me just ask a quick. If I wanted to get my hands on a druid, could I like ping through the network at the tower? Could I ask like a liaison with the tower to see if any druid could join us? Somebody who might control the elements, or just have, they don't need to be a full-on PC druid. I want somebody who can like help us with the weapon.
Like as a navigator? potentially.
Possibly if that they come with a navigation bonus too, but yeah. But I was just wondering if there was any kind of
Yeah.
mystical, magical angle that I could, because I'm not a
In general, I'll say that like the political negotiation. Oh, did I lose you, Sam? Sam's stuck in a very. Oh, we got frozen people. We got muted people. What's going on?
He's not moving for me either. Oh, here he is.
Yeah, he just dropped.
I wasn't. I could hear you
Hey.
perfectly. That was very.
Oh,
weird.
okay.
Alright.
I'll say like politically, the way druids fall within the elvish, they fall outside of the tower because elves lay claim to like nature, and they claim that the druidic magic is like natural magic, which is part of their traditions and ancestry. So it's one of these things where it's like, as long as the druid stays in the forest, the tower looks the other way.
Got it.
So druids are not super common outside. Now, there are some druids who do live outside of forest. Those actually have had to register through the tower because of just to be kind of polite, if you want to put it that way. You're certainly welcome to try to activate that network. Yeah. I'll say, give me a. This will be. Let me just look up right here. This will be a persuasion check.
I always forget that I have it, but I am going to cast guidance on myself
yeah.
before.
Hell yeah. And who do you want to check out through? Or do you want to check out through Wyhan, or do you want to go through like an official formal, more like?
I want to go through an official formal thing, and I want to do it as part of the retinue of the Wandering Cleric.
Ah, so like under the letterhead of Arlie's.
Yes,
Amazing.
I am looking for, and again, mechanically, I'm not looking for like another combatant PC or something. I'm looking for like somebody who has some natural talent who can help us out with like wind and
Dilk
ocean.
can help us. Dilk, we know a
Dilk?
druid.
I will. If Dilk answers the call, that'll be very funny and on me for how I worded this.
I will
but
tell
this
you,
is-
on a nat 20, you can get Dilk. That's on a nat 20, Dilk will
Dude.
answer the call.
Gotta get that guy in here, man.
Or a nat 1. I
At
think
least-
Dilk is both nat 1 and nat 20, to be honest. So I think
Yeah,
either
100%.
nat 1 or nat 20, you get Dilk.
He's
Just 'cause
the
that's
green
kinda Dilk.
specks on the roulette wheel for sure. He's the
Right?
000 on the roulette wheel.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're using Arlie's letterhead, she's effectively giving you the help action. So I'm going to say you can roll with advantage.
All right, so that's one. I guess guidance only adds one, so I'm gonna stick with the 4 that I just got there.
Word.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the 9. So I'm not very charismatic.
9 plus 4, so 13.
Yeah.
With a 13, it's you are able to they are able to identify someone. They are far away, so you would either have to travel to pick them up within a Solamnic port, or you would have to wait at least a fortnight for them to arrive in Calaman. They probably wouldn't be able to make it here by the time you're wanting to leave, but they could be here potentially when you return for the next outing. Like you could have them come to Calaman and wait for you if you'd like.
Yeah, sure. I will say that there
Vicavar.
is-
Vicavar's dumped another advantage. Double advantage.
man, for my plus
God
0.
bless. Vicavar
Nope.
just keeps us in the game.
I am a money pit.
Man, dude, yeah, we gotta come back and give Vicavar some love on this, man.
We're getting the bad rolls out. We're getting the bad rolls out. That's all it is.
I know. No, you know what? I will have them come to Kalaman saying that even in the meantime, I will ping my sister, and there will be still gainful employment for them in Calamon for their
So you have a druid
skill.
on order. I love it. Incredible. Very cool. Yeah, so you're able to like make that confirmation. They're like, yeah, we'll send them out right away. It's with this like war footing that Solamnia has now entered, it's a lot harder to get access to magical transportation. So we're gonna have to send this guy via cart. It's gonna take a while. But certainly, you're going through the tower, so there's an immunity plus an addition under the letterhead of Arlie, the Wandering Cleric, and like as joining the retinue of the Wandering Cleric, that basically once it's signed off by the tower and under that letterhead, they'll be able to cross through any checkpoints without any problem. So it's just a matter of how long it takes them to get there. Hell yeah, good thinking. So I'm gonna say that's gonna be the end of our first night that we wrap up. And we're going to come into the next night, unless there's anything anyone wants to do throughout the night. We're going through, like, a bit of downtime, so we can do things within a conversation.
Yeah, Harold has a conversation that he wants to have.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Harold wants to pay a visit to Wyham.
Amazing. I'm going to say give me an investigation check, and I am going to roll...
15.
That does not beat a 21. You're unable to find Wyham.
Okay, Harold then finds a page.
Yeah.
And tells the page to deliver a message to Wyhan that he would like an audience with her.
Of course. Yes, certainly. Right away. Of course. Yes, Mr. Gray. And the page scurries off. Little feet on stone. Incredible. The next day, everyone wakes up and we still have some sailors to recruit and equipment. Your quartermaster at this point, because you have secured Lemmy, a +3 quartermaster, I will say that all equipment that can be assumed as like, yeah, we would have asked for that, Lemmy's got it. Lemmy's totally taken control. You do not have to worry about normal equipment that might be expected on your journey. But if you do not tell me about special stuff that you're looking for before we leave, then that's going to be important. Yes, Elric.
Is he in charge of payroll?
Yeah, as a quartermaster, yeah.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that when the gunner Marines come on, that they get paid immediately.
For sure, yeah. How much would you like to offer them? Because you didn't actually say a number. I'll say that according to D&D, a wealthy lifestyle counts as 1 gold piece per day per person. They call that a comfortable, like I don't know, luxurious or decadent lifestyle, I think they call it. Which is not like necessarily a kingly lifestyle, but it's like a super comfortable, like nice bedding, everything you need for food, like don't have to worry. It's like you're not worried about the quality of anything or the quantity of anything if you're living on one.
So I think by my math, it'll end up being 240 GP a month. 3 gold pieces a week per soldier.
Cool. I'll make a note of
Why
that.
don't you let Lemmy negotiate?
No, that's probably right.
Yeah, give me a D20 +3 because it's Lemmy.
And then also Swan Ronson, since he's the leader, should probably get a bump by 1, so probably closer to 244. So what am I rolling? Sorry.
So you're saying the number that we have that we're starting with is 240?
3 gold pieces. 3 gold pieces per week per unit member.
That's an astonishingly high fee.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Wealthy is 7 a week, so this is less than half of wealthy. I don't know. What am I doing? +3?
If you let Lemmy negotiate, he'll
I'll
probably
let
get a
Lemmy
good price.
negotiate. I mean, I just didn't know.
Amazing.
Okay.
So you're like you're talking to Lemmy the next morning, because the next morning you're woken up by this is the amount of oh, you rolled a 4.
Yeah, Lemmy rolled a natural 1.
Let me roll the natural 1. Amazing. So Elric, you're woken up the next morning by Lemmy entering the stuff, being like, I've stayed up all night. I have made a list of everything that we need. I've already spoken to Salome, discussing what sort of funds we're able to secure, and this is what I've done. Harold, you come in. You said you offer this idea
Wait.
to Elric of.
Should I roll Lemmy or should Harold roll Lemmy? I'm not trying to get out of this, but are we in control of the? Okay, that's all. It didn't matter to me. I just didn't know how the mechanics were going to be working. Since okay.
At
Gotcha.
this point, everyone, like the crew is the crew, so it's anyone could roll. Yeah. Welcome, Claire.
Gotcha.
Welcome. I'm just gonna finish up this sentence and then I'll catch you up a little bit. As Harold reaches out and says, well, like maybe Lemmy should negotiate these prices. Lemmy says,
Hey,
yes.
Kevin just advantaged me, buddy.
Oh, Kevin's got an advantage. Amazing.
We're gonna burn every single one of them today, right now, trying to get this crew together.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Roll with advantage, Claire. I'm going to catch up. So, Claire, we have control of the Apostate, the galleon. What we are doing now is we're playing just a little downtime mini games where we are recruiting our crew for the Apostate. If Arlie wants to recruit any crew, we just finished our first day. We were beginning our second day, but Arlie could have spent that first day either trying to recruit someone for a position for the Apostate, the ship, or Arlie could be trying to do something else with that half of the first day to prepare for this upcoming adventure. Yeah.
Arlie would fully assume that this was like Thad's wheelhouse. Would just be like, isn't your family into boats or something? Like, would just be like, isn't this your job? Like, in the same way that like she takes up so much space anytime she thinks something is her job, she just is gonna give the space to the people who she's like, but this is like what you do, right? Like, I read books and like you do boats. Make boats happen. Turnpike, make the boats. Your sister's in with the boat god. Like, but if he wants to flip it back to, if she offers that, I don't know where Sam's character is right now, but if Thad, turns it back, if she's given a task, like go find something cleric related, like she'll be all over it, but I don't think it would be your instinct.
I love that. So I'll say, because we've already run through the first day, in regards to the first day, Thad or any of the party can decide that they want to say actually, Arlie, we could use you on day 2. But for the first day, Arlie's going to see Harold and Aelric and Thad kind of go off to find people and crew and stuff for the ship. And Arlie's just going to be like, looks like you guys got this sorted. So Arlie, what do you do on the first day on this downtime? What are you up to?
So do we have any crew? Is there does the boat already come with some crew, or we are fully, this is the medium-sized one, right? This is the really big one?
Yeah. So the boat, we have the map up there if you want to look at it in the tabletop. The crew, the only person that came with the ship was the first mate, who was Salome's second mate, but she had put this crewmate in charge of restoring the Apostate. That crew is named June. He is a turtle, which is a humanoid turtle. And June has been offered and accepted the position of first mate of the Apostate.
Okay, so Arlie is going to shadow June like a shadow, just asking, with a notebook, and just and so then after the, what'd you say, and then name of sale is raised, then until she is told to go away.
Nope,
she is just going to collect as much information, learn as much about, so that tomorrow she can be like, I know about boats now.
Also, as a knowledge cleric, Arlie, you can give yourself proficiency in anything for a day.
Yeah, okay, so she's gonna give herself proficiency in boats for the day, and then
fully
get
just
the kinesthetic.
I now have proficiency in ships. Boom.
Yeah, but we'll role play it that she
I love
like.
it. I love that you spend the day
know.
doing that, and then the next morning you wake up and you're just like, I know boat foo. Incredible.
Yeah.
That's
so then
great.
I can have opinions about other things.
Hell
I
yeah.
can say, yeah, but
I will tell you that you begin to form a very good relationship with June, the first mate. June does not get bored of you, and the two of you spend the entire day going around. Now, June was given very specific orders to make sure that the ship did not run out of grog. So,
I'm so
June's
partial
going
to reptiles. Just like, she's
actually,
just like,
actually, an amphibian. Reptiles are
oh my.
slightly different. That's all right, though. It's a common mistake. And Arlie and June spend the day collecting barrel after barrel of various hard liquor for the ship. Incredible. That's awesome. So this is we finished our first day. Beginning at the second day, going back to that re-roll that Kevin gave us. Thank you, Kevin, for the re-roll. Legion is strong tonight. You get a 12 with that. So I'm going to say that as we have our quartermaster, Harold found an incredibly skilled quartermaster, Lemmy, young, knock-kneed little skin and bones kid, all joints, 18 years old, if that, who came in having done all the homework the night before, didn't sleep, and was like, okay, I have this, we have this, with this. I was able to secure
He
this
has
much.
a tendency to talk about something for too long. Like he'll corner you and just kind of, so yesterday I was going over the inventory for the cannonballs.
Just
And
flush with new knowledge and can't wait to share it.
Go. Yeah.
So here's the thing, guys. Yeah, he asks you, he's like, so, Mr. Timaticus, or Lord Timaticus, sorry, about the gunners, I was wondering, and you offer that, you throw out that number, you're like, you assumed it was something like 240. Lemmy says, yes, I spoke to them and we negotiated it down to 100 a week.
100 a week?
Sorry, no, you said a month. No, you said a month. My timeline was wrong. That was wrong. 100. We negotiated down to 100 a month.
Okay, gotcha.
It's only fair. Only a quarter of that needs to be paid per voyage. The rest of it is going to be held in escrow to be available on return to home port in Calaman.
And is this a fair amount? I don't know what soldiers get paid here.
Oh, this is incredibly fair. Yes.
We need to make sure that Swan Ronson's taken care of.
I spent 3 minutes in a room with him. I never want to be alone with him again. I agree.
I need you to spend another 3 minutes with him and explain to him that I am making him my XO.
All right, I can do that. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Amazing. So we are at the beginning of our second day. The remaining positions, I will tell everyone overview of what we've done so far, especially for Claire and our audience, and then what we have remaining. We have secured Captain Thaddeus Turnpike, First Mate June the Turtle, who is a +2 XO. We have our Sergeant at Arms, Aelric Tiamaticus, leading a +1 veteran gunner team led by Swan Ronson. We have a +3 quartermaster, Lemmy, and Thaddeus has ordered, under your helpful letterhead, Arlie, a druid from the tower, which is on order, and the druid should arrive at some point in the next fortnight. They'll be waiting in Calaman on your return to port. We still have remaining a helmsman, the boatswain or the bosun, who is kind of like the head of the sailors, a navigator, and the sailors themselves. And any other position you might think of. Also, other than recruitment, as I said, because we have Lemmy, they are making sure that all their basic requirements for sailing is sorted. We don't have to worry about getting tricked for not having backups of anything. But if you're wanting anything specific, for example, spell components or other things, you need to let me know now. If I do not capture that before we leave harbor, then that will not be on the ship.
Well, I'm gonna pick up enough incense and stuff, but I am going to when I wake up in the morning, I do want to ask Harold a question. So as we're like doing our stuff in the morning, I get in the, sort of coming to Harold and like, so just wanted to run something by you as the captain of the ship. I'm thinking about going to the gnomes for a navigator.
Usually you want a navigator that can see a long way.
Yes, but I also need somebody who's technically proficient and can orient themselves on the fly.
Isn't it bad luck to have a gnome on a boat?
It is technically bad luck to have a gnome on anything but a flying boat. However, I can promise you that if a gnome does join us, if he steps out of line or she steps out of line in any way, shape, or form, you can keyhole them.
Okay, yeah, you can get a gnome.
Okay. I'd like to go for the gnomes, and I'd like to see if anybody here is down for adventure or has navigational abilities.
Hell yeah! Give me a D20 roll.
And I get to add 4.
You get to add your proficiency because you are proficient in sails. Yeah, in water vessels, in ships.
Let's do better. 15.
With a 15.
Wait. Do I get to add my luck stone to this?
Oh, yeah, I guess you do.
That's a 16. If that changes
16.
anything.
It does. You are able. It changes from his -1 to 0. You're able to find a gnome. I will say with this to represent the 0, you find a highly skilled gnome, but they are not a sailor. So they are really good at what they do. They're just not used to being on a ship. But they're open for adventure and curious and willing to accept the position.
Is there any way mechanically that while they are on the ship, they can improve their proficiency of being on the ship? Like, can they dedicate a certain amount of extra time to guaranteeing to learn on the fly?
I would say over time in this campaign, there's certainly an opportunity to improve our positions, either through like recruiting new people or through dedicating time to trying to get them better. Yeah.
I will say that I am looking forward to working with them, but I need to bring their credentials to the rest of my crew or the top leadership of my crew, and I put that +0 in my back pocket. And I walk out to try and find my sister for the rest of the day to figure out the I don't know if we need to roll, but to figure out the banking situation, to get enough money from the bank to be funding this, how we're going to divvy up like our purse. Exactly.
Yeah, I'll say literally by the time you find your sister, she's like, "Oh, Lemmy's already left with all the paperwork. It's totally in order."
Perfect. Then I would ask her to actually build a shrine aboard our ship to. I put it in chat. Put it in chat. Chat. What was it? It's not Pongo. Pogos.
Ponthos.
Ponthos. There we go. Ponthos. To sort of build a little shrine to Ponthos on our ship, and I would like my stuff to be moved to the captain's quarters, and I'm going to start to sleep on the ship.
Okay, that will be the end. That will be the rest of your day there. Amazing, Thaddeus. Who else would like to do something on day 2?
Elric.
Yeah.
So Elric is going to just take an inventory of what is I know that you said that the frigate has more of like an armory or like a proper armorer area. Is there anything
If you
like a
notice, yeah,
small?
actually, it would be on the
I
what's
can't see which
so
level it might be on.
it's the upper gun deck level, so that'd be third from the right.
Third from the right. Oh, okay.
There, I'm gonna ping it right now. But you can see in
Yeah.
the aft there, that is all like an armory area. So
Okay.
that is an area that you can fully ensure is stocked out to your specifications.
But is there anything to repair? Is there like any?
There,
I mean, I have. Elric still has like his, what was it? His
yeah. So
armor tool.
I will say on the galleon there is it is a big ship that can have like a large crew and travel, but it is small enough that there isn't cooked food and there isn't a forge. So this is a ship that does not like to have open flames other than potentially running lights.
Okay. 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 Then Elric needs to find a clothier, and he's going to make a trip back to his back to our apartments and go into the armor smith there and collect all his scrap metal.
Hell yeah. And you can even spend,
Yeah,
if you want to
I-
do any personal smithing, you can spend time in Calaman doing that.
I won't have time to do what I need to do in a day, probably, because I got to go to a clothier and get more clothes, because all I have is this one outfit, and it's probably not going to last very long.
Yeah. What do you want to buy?
Well, he's not very familiar. He doesn't really have clothes. All he really has is this pair of pants and this big red cloak that drapes around him. So he needs to find some sort of shirt/vest attire combination that he could somehow get around his wings, and he's willing to pay, baby.
Amazing. So, Elric, as you are about to go, you haven't even tried to go on board the Apostate yet, right?
No, unless you count the fact that I did find this armor, then yeah.
So I'll say as you because you were asking the question about what sort of capacity for armor. So you were about to go on board, and you're actually stopped as you're about to go on board by Lemmy, the quartermaster. No, actually by June, the first officer, who's just on board when no one else is there. Make sure that someone's there. Oh, excuse me there. Sorry, don't want to stop you because heard a lot about you. It's great stories. Can't wait to sail, but I think you might be a bit heavy for this ship, and well, I think we could sort it out, but I just have to ask: are you scared of needles?
No.
Oh, great. Okay. Here you go. Writes on a little piece of paper. If you just go there, it'll get you right sorted, and you can be on board in a jiffy.
Okay. So with no questions, Elric just turns and meanders through the town to the address.
Yeah, just an answer to Vicavar. Aelric, Sean, can you tell us how much Aelric weighs as a Dragonborn?
Just under 1,100 pounds. I maxed out the almost maxed out the roll back 2.5 years ago. So
yeah, so
Yeah.
At 1,100 pounds, the deck boards cannot bear that point load of Aelric walking on the decks. And so June, looking out for the ship that he's just been repairing, is like, no. Aelric, you end up traveling to the back of a pretty swarthy pub, and in the back is a hedge mage who sees the little sheet that you were given by June, asks you to sit down, and offers to give you a special tattoo. This is a magical tattoo that will lighten you so that you do not overload the deck boards on any ship. It's a common tattoo given to sailors of the larger races, like there are minotaurs in this continent. For the minotaurs and the larger orcs and those humanoid elephants. I forget the name of them right now. Those creatures that normally could not travel on deck boards or even on second levels. This is a low-level spell that you get done onto a part of your body that will activate whenever you're at a weight that would otherwise overload a floor. Lock
Okay.
spells. Thank you, Vikavar. So where would you like this this tattoo to be drawn?
Right shoulder.
Amazing.
So, as he's watching this, as Elric is watching this, he turns to the tattooist and says, "Can you do anything?"
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Even on these scales, you can do anything.
Well, it's magic in it.
Do you have parchment?
No.
And a quill?
No. Parchment's the skin.
No. I just need to draw on something. Do you have something I can draw on?
Oh, yeah. You get because it's a parchment.
Great. So, Elric, as this is going on, since he's ambidextrous, draws with his left hand while this right hand's going on here.
Love it.
And he draws. Originally, this was going to be something else, but this is a better idea.
Mhm.
He says, "Put this over my heart."
Ooh. An ex-lover, is it?
Something like that. We're very close.
You're right. You're going to spend the rest of the afternoon getting these 2 tattoos on your right shoulder and over your heart. Love that.
Great.
Amazing. Arlie, what are you doing on day 2? Oh, for the chat, sorry, because that was only a private. That was sent in the private background. For the audience, Sean posted a.
Yeah, I can't show them. Damn it.
Yeah,
I don't
it's an.
know where they are.
it's
I
an
don't even know where to
image-
look.
It's an image of. It's like an engraved bust of Elric, the human version of Elric from Call of Cthulhu. If anyone wants to go back and watch that, I feel like we need to return to that world. Everyone's wanting it, but just so that our audience knows exactly what he's getting over his heart, it's the human version of himself. But sorry, Juniper Arlie Candlewick the Third Junior. What are you up to on day 2 here? And remember, you are now proficient in ships, which means that if you want to recruit anyone, you get to add your proficiency bonus to that recruitment roll.
I can't really figure out like what this invitation that you, as like the dungeon master, are trying to facilitate, like the player in me. Like I don't understand. Like I'm like, a Temple of Lathander. That'll be helpful.
From player to player, Claire. From player to player, Claire. I'm just trying to like move through what would otherwise be a very long series of role plays. So we're simplifying the recruitment into a simple D20 roll. It will dictate whether the crew or the person that you find is a -3 all the way up to +3. And because you have the capacity to be proficient in ships, you get to add your proficiency bonus to this roll. But otherwise, it's not in 5e. This is just a quick, like, let's use a dice, let's keep it moving type of thing.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what she'd be. I mean, I'm down to roll if you want to let me like
Yeah.
do some sort of.
It's like,
But
this
I
is totally,
don't
if
have
you
an
think
idea.
Arlie wants to involve herself in the ship preparations, that's awesome. If you think Arlie would do something else, also great. It's downtime. So Arlie can be on her own little side adventure doing something. It doesn't have to be necessarily, but basically once the ship is fully outfitted, then you'll be taking sail and leaving Calaman. So you only have about a day or so left.
Okay, well, like, I mean, yeah, she's gonna want to build like a library. It's like gonna be like a what's I've almost said Dr. Seuss. That's not the guy. The guy. I'm sorry. This is another word. We've taken more back pain medication, so we can't remember Noah's Ark and Dr. Seuss. Those are
Love it.
things. Too right. So it's gonna be like the sentiment of one of everything. one book of everything, which is ridiculous, but like a chest trunk of like, so that she can reference. She will have like a basic, and then a set of encyclopedias. Basically,
Has anyone seen Our Flag Means Death? Has anyone seen that wonderful HBO
Oh
show
yeah,
from
100%.
Taika Waititi?
Yeah, it's so good.
It's very funny, and like it's on a pirate ship. It's a noble who decides to become a pirate, and it's all filmed on a set. So like they're in the ship, and it's not moving at all because it's just a set. But in his captain's quarters, he has floor to ceiling bookshelves because he's like, well, a pirate needs to have literature. Amazing. So Arlie has decided that this ship needs books. Arlie, give me a roll for your library. And I will say this will be with your proficiency, and because it's the God of Knowledge, I will say this is with advantage.
So I'm just looking in. What should I roll? Like, because I don't know how to tell it that I don't know how to tell my character sheet that I now have my ability.
Give me a D20 roll and add 4.
So if you go to the double speech bubble where it lists out the gameplay roles on the chat messages, then on the bottom of it you can see all the die rolls.
Oh,
and then you can just hit plus whatever Coy just said.
So it'll be a
plus
4. So
Ah.
that's going to be a 13.
Wait, that's what? No, it's even less. No, it's even less because it added. It's going to be 5 plus 4. It's going to be a 9.
A 9.
It weirdly
okay.
added my 2D. I didn't do it right. Anyway, it's going to be really low. It's a really bad. It is like a library where she couldn't resist just choosing her own special interest. So like instead of like having a wide array of like what to do if you're stranded in this part of like Kryn on an island, it's like just the islands she would like to be stranded on and the food that you can make there. And like it's just
and my favorite collection of poetry and
my favorite and like my favorite like the whittling, but only for like highly specific Kender caravan parts. And like
I love it. That's so great. That is so great. What that means is it gives us a library of -2, which means all investigation checks that require a library on the ship will be at -2. Because our library it doesn't have everything we need. Which is great.
Yeah, it's big of our cocktails for a tropical vacation. This is not a vacation, Arlie. Well, it's the only book we have. You're making cocktails.
And, like all the useful books just like fell out of her arms as she's like carrying it to the shore.
They're good for morale.
I swear I brought a super useful one. It was an encyclopedia around here somewhere. Incredible. That's gonna be Arlie's wicked roll. Love it. And Harold. What would you like to do on this day?
What positions are we still missing?
We are still missing sailors. We are still missing the bosun or the boatswain, and we are still missing the helmsman.
What does a bosun do?
The bosun is basically like the head of the sailors. So they're the one who is in charge of all the sailors on shift and on deck. So like if I look at my like simple mechanics, for example, if you want to do something like go full sail or come about or drop anchor, the bosun would be one of the available crew members who could do that, who could command that action.
Well, as Harold does not have proficiency and can't think of a way to get an excuse for you to give me a bonus to my roll, Harold's going to spend the day looking for Wyham.
Amazing. I'll say you can give me a roll with... No, you asked to meet with her yesterday. So you're going to spend the day looking for her, and you'll find her... you're able to pin her down at lunch. Find her in the same official office that you were able to talk to her about when you revealed the Eldritch Void horror there. She's having a light lunch. A sandwich, as it were.
I knock on the door.
Oh yeah.
While the
door's
door is
open.
open, one of those.
Yeah. You see her like kind of wipe her face, look for a napkin, quickly cast the cantrip prestidigitation, just clean herself off. Yes, Harold, you're still here.
Yeah, no, we're getting ready to go. I need a little favor from you. Why?
That's foreboding.
You see, here's the thing. I've got a little secret. You probably know what it is, but without wanting to let the cat out of the bag. I want a license to practice magic without censure. And I was wondering if you could provide me that.
Bold action here. I am gonna pull up Yhan's character sheet. You can give me a persuasion check, and you are going to have to beat her passive history. All right, with a 16. 16, Yhan says, right, she pushes the plate of her half-eaten sandwich aside. Gladly, given we could get that started. I believe the paperwork would take a few days, and then
We just hey, hold on. We just got an advantage roll.
Oh, did Vikavar? Who gave? Oh, D to the pool just gave
pool.
persuasion advantage. I see you, Legion.
Not that much
Man, the
more.
Legion are
I rolled pretty
strong.
crummy on both of them.
With an 18 on the reroll. That does not beat her passive history of 21. She says,
Okay, well, I've had a long rest, so I'll use a luck roll.
hell yeah, go for it.
Come on, you bastard. 31.
31. Jesus.
About time.
Jesus.
Rogues, right?
Amazing. So, Yhan, like, you can see the resistance, the cogs in her mind as she's like her knee-jerk response to basically go fuck yourself, that she has to holster and chamber, and reconsiders that initial response. Says, well,
Harold kind of cocks his head and looks at her and says, "It's for the greater good."
yes, I do suppose it'd be more trouble than it's worth were you to be captured as an apostate. All right. She opens a drawer, pulls out a sheet of paper, signs it with a quill that just appears in her hand out of magic, stamps it with her signet ring, turns it over, asks for you to sign along the dotted line.
I read it. What does it say?
Give me a Arcana check.
Read words.
This is a magical contract.
All right. 16.
This is a magical contract. So the good news is this contract would put you officially within the tower, therefore able to legally cast magic without punishment within against any mortal law on the continent. At a 16, you are able to identify that, like, it also technically means you're a part of the tower, so you would be answerable to the tower in regards to magic.
So I can't hold land. I can't hold titles.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to remain politically neutral?
The politically neutral thing is technical, but most kings have mage advisors. So it's one of those, like, you technically can't, but yeah. It's more that, like, also like what Thaddeus just did, like being involved in like a magical, like there are there are rules, like someone, he was almost involved in this thing with Becklin recently. That was due to the tower around like legal use of magic. And also what Thad did, like you could accuse another person of not using magic legally in the way that Thad did. But for someone like Harold who has not been under the control of any institution, this could put him clearly under the purview of the towers, in whatever vagary that means. But no one could punish you for casting magic.
Harold signs.
Incredible. You sign and you feel a magical contract lock. You are now bound to this contract by more than just words. She turns it around, looks at it. Oh, quite easy. There are some robes over there if you want to grab one. It is typical.
Cool. Thanks, Quay.
Welcome. Yeah, as she pointed next to, there's like a coat rack next to the door. There's a white robe. You didn't notice them on the way in. A red robe and a black robe, and they are all about halfling sized.
Okay.
If
And
you want
scene.
And scene. Do you grab one on the way out?
And scene.
And scene. Incredible. Okay. I think has everyone? I believe everyone's acted on day 2 now, right? Aelric's finishing up his tattoo. Aelric, when you finish up your tattoo, you exit the bar. Beautiful line work, by the way. And yeah, it does. You wouldn't think that it would last like the same style of tattooing that would work on like skin, that it would work on scales, but this stays. And this embeds itself in a way that looks like it's a brand almost, like it's part of the natural pigment of your scales. Okay. If just in a form that's very fine. Some of the lines are whisker thin. Very, very good line work. And as you exit, you bump into Lemmy, who's rushing around, sees you. Oh, thank God. Okay. Lord Aelric, I realized that as I was doing some of the accounting that you only have one outfit. So I took the liberty of setting up a appointment with the tailor so that you might find something more appropriate for, well, changing clothes.
It doesn't have any ruffles, does it?
I'm sure they could add it if you like.
No, I was just given the last time I visited a tailor, I was given ruffles.
Right. In general, things that might be caught in rope is not advised on ships, so I don't think ruffles. But here you go. Gives you the address of a tailor and scurries off to continue.
Lemmy, before you leave.
Yeah. Yes. Right. Yeah.
Please, just Aelric. Just Aelric.
Just Lord Aelric. Got you. Okay. Got it.
Nope. No. Lemmy. Just Aelric.
Just Aelric. Just Aelric? Just Aelric.
Just Aelric.
Yes, just Aelric. We will see you soon. And he scurries off into the crowd. You're able to find the tailor who has already some rough measurements from Lemmy, and you spend the rest of the day getting clothing perfectly tailored for you to fit your body and accommodate your wings, and any adjustments to the style that you would prefer. These are naval garb.
Okay.
Yeah. And that will end our second day. Incredible. As a reminder now for our audience and cast, Captain Thaddeus, First Mate June the Turtle, Navigator is +2. Navigator is our +0 gnome, Ferdinando. Sorry, I'm saying this wrong. Frederando. because gnomes are gnomes. Fred Urando. That is our +0 gnome navigator. Sergeant at Arms Eric Tiamaticus, +1 gunner team, led by Swan Ronson, +3 quartermaster Lemmy, our druid on order, and a -2 library stocked by Arlie Candlewick. Incredible. At the beginning of day 3, we still have the helmsman yet to be chosen. We do not have a boatswain or a bosun, and we do not have our core group of sailors. So we have 3 crew positions still outstanding. Any other things that you might want to add to the ship are also potential roles you can take. I'm going to say we'll start with Claire this time because Claire was late to our party today, so I want to make sure she has an opportunity to have some fun and play. Claire, what would you like to add? This is our last day, and then we are going to take a break and come back as we leave port.
Yeah, I mean, Harley's like, we have the best library with all of the comic books that we could possibly need, and crossword puzzles and whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We got sing-alongs.
We got Sudoku. So I guess maybe, I mean, this is not, maybe she's going to go check out some sort of like, Fletcher, like a place for ranged weapons, and sort of like, I'm curious if there are water-friendly ranged weapons. Like, I don't know if that exists, but okay. I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, I am thinking about like a James Bond movie where they like spear shoot each other underwater. But I'm just curious because Arlie has a crossbow, and so I'm maybe gonna go look. Like,
good naval weapons, but yeah.
Okay.
You're looking for like an up. So would you be looking for like weapons for the crew to hold, or for like the ship, like the armament of the ship itself?
Oh, I wasn't thinking that big. I was just thinking myself. I'm not. But if she should be scaling her ideas, then that's fine.
That's all good.
Too.
So give me, I'm gonna say, give me a D20 roll. Add your proficiency, and this is going to be for our armed. This is like, it'll be you, but also it'll be available ranged weapons for our crew, for our gunners and our marines and anyone else. This would be available in the armory of the ship.
That's the boat proficiency?
Boat proficiency,
roll?
Yeah. So
right.
Exactly, with a 16. Incredible. So with a 16, I will say that you can select any mundane ranged weapon that you would like for yourself and the crew.
I'll go look at a list of weapons and I'll get back to you. I mean, I'm choosing like throwing tridents for everyone. Like, hopefully it's better than that.
It could be like heavy crossbow, light crossbow, hand crossbow, like any mundane, like not plus, not a magical weapon, but any style that you would prefer. Cool.
The chat would like to weigh in.
Yeah, if Legion wants to. Oh, wait a minute. The gods have spoken. Kevin the Fight Guy has offered Arlie advantage on this roll.
Oh boy!
Sorry, Kevin. I'm behind. We gotta catch up. Incredible. And I'm gonna say, let me know in the chat team, my players, who wants to go next, so I can have a little lineup.
Thad, you should probably find the bosun, man, huh?
Arlie rolled a 9. So your original roll still stands, Arlie, with advantage. So take a look at some 5e ranged weapons and let me know which one you want to choose to stock the armory with. Cool. Yeah, I'll turn to Captain Thad, Captain of Thaddeus. What would you like to? Would you like to recruit a crew member? We have 3 positions remaining.
I'd like to look for the boatswain.
Let's go for it. Give me a roll +4.
So I'm gonna wake up on the boat. I'm gonna cast guidance, and then I'm just gonna look over and start going for it. So it's 20. Got it. 25.
With a 25, you are going to receive a +1 bosun. What would you like the bosun to? How did you find this bosun?
I started sniffing around for not just like what is like one of the best boatswains people do in there, but one that had a little bit of unconventional ideas on how to improve their ship. Somebody who is experimental in maybe their design.
Absolutely love
and
it. Yeah, you go up and down the deck, and you keep an eye at the riggings, just looking at the riggings, looking at the masts, seeing, and then it's, you know, when you see it, unconventional rigging, unconventional how they've done this, but something about it speaks to skill and ingenuity. And you find a small bosun, a small halfling, that is commanding a crew of sailors to re-rig a ship. This is just like a merchant ship, but clearly the bosun knows what they're doing. The small halfling goes by the name of Poppin, and is Poppin. Poppin.
Does he have a brother? Does he have a brother named Locken?
Poppin and
Please tell me he's got a brother.
No, it's I don't want to get in trouble for Pippin, to be honest. So maybe some Peppin in your steppin'. Poppin, Hearthswell is the name of this this young halfling bosun with clearly some creative thoughts. Happy to take on the position of sailing with one of the legendary turnpikes themselves. Your reputation precedes you, Thaddeus, and you have secured your bosun. Incredible. Who would like to go between Aelric and Harold? And we have helmsmen and sailors remaining in terms of recruitment.
I've got an idea.
Yeah.
Harold goes to find June.
Go. Yeah. Okay. You find June on deck as more and more people and equipment are starting to fill the decks. You see June kind of moving everyone around. Immediately already knows who you are. Oh, Mr. Harold, how you doing? Good to see you. How can I help?
You look deja vu. It's not important. Look, all of this packing of stuff, that's below your pay grade. You should be doing more important things, June.
Well, I like to think that, you know, the most important things is the foundations, and then you can build on a solid foundation, and the biggest structures are built with the humblest work.
Well, I agree, and that's why I want you to go into town and find us a crew of sailors.
Oh, we
I
don't
can
have
think
some
of no
sailors.
one better suited to evaluating potential candidates.
Well, I am highly appreciative of your suggestion, Master Grey. Possibly we could go together, and you could add a bit of some of your own personal reputation to our recruitment efforts.
Sure.
Amazing. If you choose to go with June, I will say that you can roll with advantage.
It's a D20 then?
It'll be a D20, straight D20.
Oh,
Roll a 6.
5.
A
Got a 5.
A 5. Do you get a plus? Is there a +1 to that, or no? It's just straight up a 5. With a 5, with a 5, Harold, as you go and search for sailors, your reputation precedes you in the worst way possible.
Hold.
Whoa! Alberta J88
Alberta
gives
with the
advantage to
advantage.
Harold. Pew, 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 pew. Legion coming in tight. Incredible.
God.
Well done. Ooh, that was saved by the bell.
Well, we'll see.
A 14 is much better, I'll tell you that.
Ooh.
With that reroll, Harold went from a -3 to a -1 for his crew. So very, very good. Oh no. Oh no! I've just messed something up for our audience. Okay, incredible. Harold, your reputation does precede you in a way that you do not expect. People know that you are with the rest of your group, and the rest of your group seem to be surrounded by lots of things that kill normal people. And so more of in the end, you're only able to cobble together a group of less experienced sailors who, with the help of June and some celestial guidance, you're able to weed out the weakest among that group. And you are able to return with a ragtag group of sailors. Well done. Incredible. I'll tell you that in terms of their stat sheet and what you can expect, this group looks like they're only they're only 1 or 2 meals away from starvation. These are like, maybe some of them were farmers. Some of them have probably worked recently, if you want to call it that, as bandits. They are willing to take the risk because of desperation. But yes, Vikavar, there's definitely an opportunity to retrain and to improve all of our crew as we move on through this campaign. Incredible. Leaving us with Aelric for the last role of our crew, the helmsman.
Yeah.
If you can find a fancy way to give yourself a advantage with that, or some sort of advantage other than the flat roll.
I'm gonna go to Swan Ronson.
Hell yeah. You go to Swan Ronson. Him and the crew, him and his men are already on board. As you would expect soldiers, they are getting themselves comfortable with their tools. They're examining all of the scorpions, getting comfortable with how they operate, getting to know, and like already starting to put some more care into the weapons themselves, making sure that they have the maintenance that they require. But you find when you're looking for them, Ron steps aside from the rest of the group and says, "Hey, Ulrich, how can I help?"
I don't know much about traversing the sea, but I do know we need a helmsman. Would you know of anyone that we could speak to in this city?
I could certainly help. You can give me advantage with your roll, as you and Ron Swanson?
Swan Ronson.
Swan Ronson. Sorry, I screwed that up. Swan Ronson. Yeah, give me advantage with that roll as you and Swan Ronson go and look for your helmsman.
Oh man, that's rough. Only 11, even with the advantage. Oh wait, it didn't roll the advantage.
It didn't give you advantage. Yeah.
All right, let me try it again. I clicked the button for advantage.
I think it gave you +1 instead of advantage.
Well, I thought it got +1 because of Ron, but no.
No, Ron's giving you advantage. It's still a flat roll.
Ah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
That's worse.
Ooh,
So
wait.
10.
So a 10. With a 10,
Yeah.
With a 10, you're able to find a brooding orc sitting alone in the same place that you found Swan Ronson. From the entrance, there is, in this very small and crowded bar, the most space provided is to this orc, as no one wants to get anywhere close. As you get closer, led by Swan, you realize that the orc is missing one of their hands, which ends in a gnarled hook that replaces it. And one of their eyes is also gone, covered by a patch. Before you get too close, Swan says, "Now, my friend here's been through quite a bit, but there's no one I'd trust under fire more. I'll tell you that much." You have found a -2 orcish helmsman. Would you like to give us a name?
I'm going to. Because Legion has been so just like crucial to our evening.
Yeah.
I would love a proper orcish helmsman name, maybe cobbled together, a portmanteau maybe of offers from the chat. So bring it, chat.
Vicavar's offered helmswoman Neslie Lope. But that's our first offer. But I'll say I'll leave the door open a little bit longer as we accept offers. That concludes our recruitment. I am going to just rattle off our crew before we take a break, and then we return. Oh, the gods have spoken. The god Keen has spoken, giving advantage to the roll.
Don't do that. It's just gonna roll worse, buddy. Okay. All right. Hold on. What's happening here? Hold on. Sorry. So, all right.
One more D20.
$19.
Oh, with a 19. Incredible. With a 19, you get that is a +0. Well done. And we will still accept name suggestions throughout the break from our wonderful chat legion. Let me remind everyone our crew, and then we will take a nice little 15-minute break. Captain Thaddeus Turnpike. The first mate, June the Turtle at +2. Our helmsman, a flat orcish helmsman or woman will be named. The bosun, Poppin Hearthswell. The halfling, our navigator, the gnome Fredorando, not very used to sea. Our sergeant at arms, Ilric Tiamaticus. Our gunner team, led by Swan Ronson. Our quartermaster, Lemmy, the druid on order, and our library, -2. Thank you, everyone. This was an incredible first half. We're going to take a short little break. It is 9:30, so I'm going to say we'll be back at 1:45 to resume and with our party as we leave the dock and begin our journey on the Apostate. Join us in a few minutes.
To nobility, Ollie dance through life with frivolity. Parties and balls, a life so grand. Little did she know what fate had planned. Ollie, the wandering candlewick, chosen by Sybil in her destinies down the stick from towers of paper to the open road. A reluctant cleric with powers bestowed. From luxury, thrust into robes, surrounded by tomes and dusty old globes. But Ollie's mind, sharp as a tack, mastered the legalese others did lack. Contracts and bylaws, she knew them all. Her litigious prowess made bureaucrats fall. In mazes of paper would she find a way to bend the rules and save the day. A holy symbol in a divine dream. Not all in the tower is as it may seem. A true the tower across the land. But Ollie sees more than meets the eye. All timelines timelines at once, futures that fly, past, present, future, all intertwined, sometimes leaving the present behind. But Ali sees more than meets the eye. All timelines at once, futures that fly, past, present, future, all intertwined, sometimes leaving the present behind. Library cat, shrouded in mystery, follows Audie through every history. With glowing eyes and silent paws, it guards her path without pause. Ollie, the wandering candlewick, chosen by Sybil in her destinies now, mystic from towers of paper to the open road, a reluctant cleric with powers bestowed. Cut from luxury frost into robes, surrounded by tomes and dusty old globes, but Ollie's mind sharp as a tack, mastered the legalese others did lack.
Oh, hoist up the sails, let the winds take a clip. For Thaddeus Turnpike commands his ship. For road on the waves, a sailor so bold, with magical powers and a heart of gold. Behold, Thaddeus sailed the endless sea, with little Boo as wise as can be. Through tempest and tide, they roam far and wide, the Turnpike legacy, their unfading pride. From the mighty Turnpike line he hails, with the lineage of captains braving the gales. A scion of seafarers fierce and grand, with the spell on his lips and the sword in his hand. Behold, Thaddeus, master of the spell, with little Boo through heaven and hell. They dance with the stars, they flirt with the dew, their laughter echoes in the ocean's blue. An owl for his mate, little Boobo's his name. Together they soar in fortune and fame. With little Boobo, his talents wrapped in light, they summon the winds and the stars to their fight. A curse of great power, a gift or a bane, Thaddeus wields it with little to fame. A rogue with a charm, a sailor with flair, he faces each curse with nary a care. Behold, Thaddeus, the sea's arcane knight, with little Boo in the pale moonlight. Through whispers of magic and the salt-laden air, the Turnpike adventure none can compare. So sing of the Turnpike, the legend, the tale, of Thaddeus and Boo setting sail. For where the map ends, their journeys just start. The seas in their blood, magic in their heart. So sing of that Turnpike, the legend, the tale, of Thaddeus and Boo setting sail. For where the map ends, their journeys just start. The seas in their blood, magic in their heart.
In Solania's fields, a halfling stood tall, sea gray eyes, a fighter's call. With Fiona's love and Angus' smile, his world was bright for a little while. Oh, herald gray with list in hand, a promise made, a journey planned. Each task he'll mark, each dream fulfill. For those he's lost, his heart beats still. From Zakar streets to golden fields, their family loved the greatest shield. They dreamed of wonders near and far, penned on a list beneath the stars. Oh, Harold Gray with list in hand, a promise made, a journey planned. Each task he'll mark, each dream fulfill. For those he's lost, his heart beats still. Young Angus fell on distant shore, while Fiona's kiss would come no more. A drunken noble, a vengeful blade, left Harold's world in darkness laid. But from his grief a purpose born, to honor vows that he had sworn. The list unfolds a final wish, a blade resisted a gutted fish. Now Harold roams through joy and strife, to live for three in one short life. From mountains high to oceans deep, this solemn pledge he vowed to keep. With boulder hat and iron will, he faces each task with hard-won skill. For every deed he sees it through, he feels their love forever true. And when the final task is done, when every battle's lost and won, he'll close his eyes, his duty clear, knowing his loved ones drawing near. In afterlife they'll meet again, their love eternal, free from pain. The list complete, their dreams fulfilled, a promise kept, a future will. Oh, Harold Gray, your journey's long, but in your heart they're never gone. With every dream that you fulfill, Fiona and Angus are with you still.
hello. Welcome back from our lovely break. It seems like we have named our orcish helmswoman Vikvar Anapulovich. Seems like is the name of our wonderfully, I love it, crowdsourced, incredible. Vikvar and Paul will be our helmsman. All ahead full. Says the helmsman. Incredible. So I am going to get us to
operational. Yeah.
yeah, it's great, right? This is strong orcish accent. We are going to return to the maiden voyage of the Apostate. As the crew finally loads up the final crates of food and stuffs, armament, everything having been fully done by Lemmy, who's making a final check on the last crates that are put on board. The crew's already themselves fully on board. Aelric, you take your first hesitant step up the gangplank, and even just as you step on the gangplank, anyone standing behind Aelric can see this wonderful, intricate rune that's been tattooed into his scales light up just gently as the magic activates and his otherwise massive weight is lightened by magic so that he can board this ship with his allies. Harold, as you are about to board, running up through the throng of people on the deck, you see Adelpho the Third carrying a small bundle in his hands that's been wrapped in some sort of a wax cloth. He comes up, Signor Grey, aspetta, sorry. Runs up, catches you just as you're about to go. He says, Signor Grey, it is very most importante for giving you this.
I take it.
It's a large object about the size of a coconut, weighs about 10 pounds. I thank you so much, and very good luck on your voyage. I thank you so much not to ask me for to come with.
What is this?
This is a very valuable artifact. I think it is possibly more supposed to be in your ownership. And frankly, it is something that I want very much to be away from me, and I do not trust with anyone in Kalaman. And with permission from Waihan and Salome, we give it very generously to you with the expectation that you do not turn it down or return it. Thank you very much. Bon voyaggio! And he takes a few steps backwards, turns, and scampers into the crowd with absolute fear.
Harold, what does the object look like?
Yeah, do you open it up?
You said it. Yeah.
Yeah. As you open, it's just been like wrapped in this wax cloth. As you open it up, you see a very familiar shape. It is the head of Legion.
Boy, did he give it to the right guy.
Okay. I'm going to go to my quarters.
Wonderful. You go to your quarters. As the final drawbridge is pulled away, the lines undone from the deck, the ship pushes out, rows open up, a few strong pulls from the gunner team, in perfect order, well trained and coordinated by Swan Ronson, making space until you are finally far enough away that you can unfurl the sails, stow the oars. Just as a reminder to our group, we have the lower gunner deck. As you can see, that is a third from the left. The lower gunner deck is where also the oars would be, and it is also where like anything that happens in a communal sense on the ship happens on that lower gunner deck. Ships have to share space, so it's like if you're shooting things, then the weapons are out. If you're not shooting things, the weapons are stored sideways and the space is opened up so that you can do something else in that space. The only spaces on a ship that are exclusive use are the officers' quarters, which are in the upper gunner deck there, those 4 ship compartments, and the captain's quarters itself. Everything else on a ship is used by multiple people. Privacy does not exist at sea. So as you gain enough space, a few hundred meters off of the shore, the sails open up, led by Poppin Hearthswell, who commands the sailors, unifies a group of sailors that probably wouldn't know what they were doing without her. Poppin is a woman, and your sails catch the wind, unfurl, and you can feel the groaning of the ship as it takes the wind. And you start to feel the acceleration as you gain some speed. As you look forward through the crashing of these low waves on a beautiful sunny day, you see the edge of the defensive shield, which you've been living under, that was activated last season by Harold in the arcane, what was it? The, energy, what was it? I forgot what I called it. It wasn't a forge. But it was the kind of the arcane energy factory that you activated, where you found Rosemary Leaf. And as you sail closer and closer towards this shimmering veil, this magical veil that has gone in a dome around the city, you finally break through as if it is nothing more than mist, just like the mist that is spraying from the prow of your ship. As you break through the barrier, the sun hits you through the spraying of the bow waves, and you see a wonderful rainbow coming from both sides of the bow. You turn to your left and right, and you see dolphins begin to crest and swim alongside, jumping and playing in the bow waves. All of you feel something that Thaddeus has described in Downtime, the thrill of the sea, the air of the ocean waves. And you are touched by more than just these open waves. You are touched by something greater, and you all level up to 10. There's something else that happens, though, while you are being touched by Pontus itself. Something else touches this ship. There is a rumbling. Harold, from your quarters. Are you in your quarters or on the main deck?
In my quarters.
In your quarters. I can't explain this. Eric, why don't you help us explain what's going on?
Hello, everyone. Hello. My little owl friend here is joining us. I should probably mute myself on the other line here. 1 second, so we don't have a feedback. Here we go.
Your own best audience.
Put my little owl. There we go. So, Harold, as you are settling in, sort of thing, and I assume you probably were like, "Oh, stupid head, I don't need this," and sort of maybe probably tossed it on your bed or whatnot. You start hearing sounds, vibrations from the bag as things start to move. Something inside is moving. Obviously, the head is just kind of starting to topsy and turvy. And you see a couple of puffs of like things that are pushing up against the bag. At one point, a lightning bolt erupts out and rips open a hole in the bag. and you hear the sound of thunder. You see a couple of leaves kind of fluff out, a couple of other different things popping out of the bag as the bag is slowly being torn, and suddenly the head is just there sort of twisting and writhing, and then suddenly slowly the twisting and rattling starts to slow down as the head starts to be enveloped with a dark shadow, some dark blackness which cannot be broken by the light. And as it just slowly grows and grows and grows, and in moments, basically sitting in your bed is a large direwolf size jet black jackal, which looks over to you and then suddenly starts to sit up. And now, sitting in front of you is not dissimilar to the form that you all saw last time, but Impu. Now, less mechanical, a little more flesh-toned, a little more, more real, but still with I guess, Koi, some sort of pieces of Legion still on him somehow, like a
Whatever,
or
yeah,
I don't know.
as much as he chooses to leave as a remnant of his own memory of his previous prison.
You know what? I'm gonna say that his armor that normally sits, like the half circle armor that's normally sits across his shoulders and down across the front of his chest is very reminiscent in the style of what Legion would look like back whenever Legion would take over the shape of the different gods. And Impu is now getting his bearings, sees Harold and is like, "Good to see you again, Mr. Gray. I have been looking for you. Are the rest of you here?"
Yes.
Excellent. There is matters which must be attended. Where have you been? It's been very difficult to find you. Suddenly you just appeared as if you were not, and then suddenly there you were. How was this possible?
We were in Calaman. We are on a ship.
Yes, I recognize the swaying of the sea. It's very refreshing. It's been a while. Yes, of course, Calaman.
Can you stay here for 5 minutes? I'll get the gang.
Of course.
So Harold kind of comes out of his room and closes the door behind him. Looks around, runs up to the deck, and shows that guys, we need to talk.
Not now, Harold. I'm enjoying the open sea air.
We have a visitor.
A stowaway?
A returning.
Fever Harold. You're already making imaginary friends. I love that. I have some. My big cat.
I have some.
Inbu is here.
But that's what? No.
Inbu is in my quarters.
No.
We should go there.
I turn to the rest of the crew and I say, June, you have the helm. Well, this is not Harold's first time at sea. Such a long voyage can take to all of us differently. Come, Master Harold, let's go rest and retire in your quarters for the beginning of this journey.
Aye, aye, Captain. I take the helm. Helmswoman, steady as she goes. And you leave to the to the strong command. You leave the helm under the strong command of June.
So is everyone coming?
So everyone comes down, finds their way into a small... Actually, would you take them into your small officer's quarters, or are you all going to meet in... Or I guess you don't want Inpu to leave the room, I assume.
Yeah, and I told them to wait, so...
So you all force yourself into
the quarters.
small
Harold's
12 by
quarters
10.
are pretty small. It's a small ship that took the big room. He doesn't really have that much stuff. On a little side table, there's a tattered notebook that you recognize, and a little chest with clothes, and then kind of in the corner of the room, just in a heap on the ground, is a pile of red cloth.
So
Okay.
Aelric will actually stand outside the door to make room for the other folk. Oh, I think Coy just moved you, Claire, unless you moved you.
No,
Yeah, I just moved.
Thanks,
So
Run
for
them.
find me.
There's the door, Elric. I just have you standing in the door.
Thank you,
there.
buddy. Thank you, bud.
So that's our party, nice and tight.
Thad stares, thunderstruck at Inpu and goes, "Did you get our message?"
Send him a message.
You sent me a message.
Well, no, we sent a message generally through the gods vis-a-vis my sister.
No. I did not receive such a message.
Well, what was the goddess that I contacted? What's her name?
Chislev.
Chislev. Did Chislev send you?
No. No.
I guess we should just ask why you're here then, because we're guessing wrong.
Yes. How are you here? Why are you here?
Well, one, it has taken me a while to find you. You were, after the chaos of releasing all the gods, there were a lot of infighting. You probably have heard or seen some of the effects that this has caused on your world. There are quite a few that are still fighting to keep those who wish you harm at bay.
So
I am here.
That was you.
What
God.
was me?
The destruction of the Gnomish, wasn't it the Gnomish Isles that got blown up? Coy?
Dwarven.
Dwarven, the Dwarven Isles. Apparently the whole
Northern
Eastern-
Urgoth.
Yeah, northern Urgoth has been blown off the map.
Yes, I felt the silence of many souls. I was busy. I do not know what caused it. I am sorry. I can look into it, but truth be told, the gods are not as omnipotent as we would make you believe. And so, there is a blind spot. I do not know what happened. First off, I am here to warn you. There are many who are very angry with you. So do watch yourselves as you continue on your adventures. At the same time, I wish to thank all of you for the decision you made in freeing us. while I think the chaos is probably too much at this time, I believe that it was the right choice to be made. And balance will return.
Did it work? You and Harold, I mean, you were pivotal in the reason why, at least why. And I looked at Harold to see if, why am I role-playing from the floor again? Never mind. I can't see anyone's faces. I'm trying to reference that moment when Arlie was on the fence about freeing the gods, and Harold was like, Inpu told me there would be no afterlife. And so I was just trying to follow up on that, but I can't read anyone's faces. And
Love it though. Good reference. Yeah, good callback.
Yeah.
Could you move the plant while you're talking though?
Yeah,
Just
that makes
so we
sense.
know.
Yeah, there
Yes,
we go.
I very much enjoyed. Yeah, I very much enjoyed that when I was watching the Monday stream last week. Every time you talked, you made the plant move. I was like, "This is beautiful."
Okay, that's what we'll do. That's how you'll know that our
Yeah, Big Bar says you represent the tree of knowledge when you move the plants. So
I
True.
do.
This is true. Impu turns to Arlie, and with a frowned brow. What's the word? Furrowed brow. Thank you. I was mixing the two words. With a furrowed brow. Yes, there is a lot of work that needs to be done, and I will be busy for quite some time.
It's really nice of you to make time to stop by on our boat. It's our first day.
It's a very lovely boat. From what
Arlie
I've seen.
smiles knowingly. I know. Of that I am certain.
As a favor, I would like to, as a thank you, is there anything I can do for you at this time? As I am here and can help. Where are you off to? Can I help with anything?
Yes, Chislev gave me these clues regarding where we might find the remnants of the tree of Zivlin, because I assume that you know that Zivlin is in trouble. Or I at least assume that you haven't heard from him. And he's sort of a know-it-all, so not hearing from a know-it-all, well, you notice.
Yes, I have felt his presence weakening.
These are the places I hope that we are headed towards, but I suppose I'm not the one driving the boat, am I? Someone else is.
Inpu.
What have you... Yes.
With a 17 passive perception, you sense a pinprick of something both celestial and yet an absence of even this realm itself. Below you. It's there for a moment. It kind of vibrates like the buzzing of a wasp and then is gone.
In mid-sentence, as Impu was talking and suddenly felt what Koi just described, he stops and is just like, sniffs the air. Are you aware of the emptiness which follows you?
Arlie behind her to see who he's talking to or about. He's literally looking for the emptiness. You might have to explain it to her.
Among you there is a presence. One that I have not felt in a very long time. It was a very long time ago.
The presence,
I-
Impu.
It is.
Close.
And he kind of sniffs around. Koi, should I roll anything to sort of feel where it may be?
Yeah, you can give me a like an active roll for sure.
Yeah. Where am I looking at here? Perception roll?
Yeah.
Sorry, am I rolling a perception?
Give me a perception or an arcana.
Ooh, Arcana. Perception is higher, so I'm gonna roll that one if that's cool with y'all.
All good.
Boom, 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 boom. Normal.
26. With a 26, you can smell it. It's on the ship. It's below you, coming up through the floorboards.
What is below us? What is on the deck below? Normally that is a place for storage.
It would be supplies. What would Koya? Would I would probably have a good sense. What would we be storing directly below this chamber?
Yeah,
The
so
scorpions are below us.
Yeah, so
I mean, Arlie definitely looked at them too.
Yeah, directly below you is going to be the lower gun deck. There is like a cage there in case you need to put anyone in, the brig. Directly, and there is a trap door that leads down to the lower deck. The trap door has a crane above it because you can actually go all the way down to the hold to pull larger things up through into up from the hold up past that deck into the lower gun deck, lower gun deck.
Right. Excuse me. We must find the source of this. And Impu tries to, in his bulk inside of this room, because he's probably just about as big, or if I recall, just a little bigger than Aelric, tries to scurry past through the doorway.
I'll tell you that Aelric standing in the doorway, there is no space. So Aelric you either have to force your way through, or Aelric will have to allow you through.
Can I just insight or like history or
Arlie.
arcana or religion? Because I just am like, what is this emptiness?
Arlie, I'll let you do a religion, or also I'll let you do the same. So either perception or arcana, because you're following Impu's lead. I'll say that you can do it with advantage.
Ooh. Don't mind if I do. What did you just tell me? Religion?
Arcana or perception.
Okay. Kidding me? I rolled a 2?
You rolled 2 2s?
I don't understand.
You rolled a 2 and a 5. Yeah.
Dice jail. Dice jail for my whole
Dice
character
jail.
sheet.
Well, you rolled a
This is
total
like-
of 12, though.
But it's not that's not how advantage works.
Yeah, Arlie, I think.
No,
I
it
think
gave you two. It gave you 2 die 20.
Yeah, it gave you 2.
You rolled a 5 and a 2.
It looks like we have just been.
5.
Looks like we've just received advantage.
Oh,
rolled
Alberto
a 20.
J88 gives you a 20, and Harold rolls a 20 in perception.
Go
Harold,
ahead, Claire.
what has been-
Reroll.
Yeah, well, while Claire re-rolls, I want to see this re-roll.
Okay, I'm rerolling. I'm rerolling. Let's roll. But not advantage. Or yes, advantage?
Not advantage, just a single re-roll.
Just regular.
This
Okay.
is what we call godly re-roll, where you get triple re-roll. 25.
Yes.
That's more like Arlie.
Thank you.
So Arlie, you kind of sit up and you're like, "What was he talking about?" And the ship does the thing that ships do, and just like for someone who's not used to being at sea, the center of gravity and stuff changes like in a weird way that like all of a sudden you're off balance. So Arlie, you kind of sit up, you're like, "What is Impu? Oh, I'm off balance," and then kind of recover yourself. See Harold like lean down and like almost touch the wood. The decks, they're not perfectly tight. And then you kind of clock in. The two of you are brought back to that time and that other place, the Call of Claire Thulu. You remember if there was a smell that came off of that rotting tree of Zivelin, you smell it now.
Oh no.
Okay, cool. That's such a wild flashback because also that's like Arlie waking up to like Harold, like Harold and Squeak Noir,
Yeah.
like I'm trying to untie her from the
Actually,
sacrifice.
I'm gonna say you and Harold look at each other, and you have this like snap cut flashback to the two of you looking at as Harold's undoing your restraints and you looking at him waking up in that moment, and we cut back like this kind of inverted flashback to the two of you looking now on a ship at high seas. This like same moment, same thoughts, same smell.
Harold,
Arlie retches slightly.
yeah. Harold looks to the people assembled and says, "It's here."
Impu, who during all this, Impu, who is trying to get his way to the door, stops at Aelric, and because he's in the doorway, has to sort of cower and has to look up to Aelric.
Aelric has wings now as well.
He had wings when I last saw him.
Oh, he did
as
with
well.
you. I forgot.
Yeah.
My bad. Yeah.
He's Aelric understands the determination in Impu and makes room.
And stepping out, fully stretching out, and is just like sniffing at the air and is making his way. Impu is very familiar with boats. Having a boat himself in his realm while sailing the seas of sand. Makes his way, basically ignoring anything and everything and everyone around him. Making his way down the stairs, down into the lower galleys, down towards that double door that you described, that has the crane, and just goes over and opens it up.
All of you immediately just clock in, action time, make your way down one level to that trap door. It's just quiet. All the crew for the most part is on deck because this is like the maiden voyage. Everyone's out on the top decks. That's like 80 people. Normally the decks don't keep that much, but everyone wants to actually have some air. No one needs to sleep right now. We're just leaving. So it's really quiet, unnervingly quiet. But while you're down here, you continue to smell that arcane corruption from below, and you now hear something, the scrambling of a body. You continue down the next level, taking you to this level. This level is where all of the excess lines are, where some of the crew sleeps in the bow of the deck, and there's a big open pit to the lower hold beneath. Down in the hold, you hear some scraping. You hear specifically one voice say, "Oh, Jeffries, what are you doing? Jeffries, no! Jeffries, what are you..."
What?
Impu jumps down without hesitation.
I'm gonna cast Long Strider on myself, and then no, I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. But I'm just gonna jump down.
Cool. You all jump down into the hold. You see 3 of your sailors. Two of them look almost like drunk, moving back from the bow towards one who's standing near the base of the ladder with you. As you all jump down, tung, 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 just like fully not even worrying about the ladder, you land near him. He turns around, screams as he sees you, and then turns around. Something grabbed them, and it kind of loses with the shifting of the weight, just fully drops onto his haunches. Your sailors are not necessarily the strongest of sailors, and starts backing his way on kind of hands and knees, but facing upwards, crawling back towards the stern. The 2 other sailors who appear kind of drunk lurch towards you in a foreboding manner, let us say. Not a baby goat, though. Luckily.
Do we? Do I sense being Impu, do I sense undead? Do I see sort of undead? Do I like? Is there anything of that nature that that I can sense?
No, there's no undead. These are all living creatures. But you can see in the two sailors that are walking towards you, they're alive, but their essence is obscured by almost as if they're standing in like it's not their physical essence, but their spiritual essence. And it's as if their spiritual essence is standing within like a snowstorm or like a thick blizzard. Like it's partially obscured, but not with white, but with emptiness. As you stand there, the two continue walking towards you, closing the distance. They don't seem to be aggressive towards each other, but they seem to be very focused towards who is standing in front. At the moment, the person standing in front I have is Arlie. But that could be someone else because I just dragged you all across the maps.
Oh no, Arlie wants to know what's going on. Arlie doesn't have a good head on her shoulders for danger.
I'll step forward at this point and take point. Just be like, sailors, are there a problem down here?
In response, one steps closer to you and reaches a hand out almost to steady himself on your shoulder, Thaddeus. The other one steps forward to you, Arlie, in a similar manner. They're side by side. This is a small contained space. As the first one, hand on your shoulder, steps up to you, Thad, and opens his mouth, you see that the eyes are rolled back, empty.
I cast Hold Person on both of them.
Amazing. You cast Hold Person. As you cast Hold Person, Harold, you notice coming from beside you. I'm going to ask for a perception check from everyone. This is going to be a DC 15 as we move to the last moment of our session.
Oops.
Yikes.
Fail.
Okay, Aelric is
Holy
the only
shit.
one. Wisdom check,
A
Aelric,
wisdom
what's
a wisdom check.
up?
Hell.
Okay, so everyone turns. I'm trying to. How do I do this? Sorry, I'm trying to. Okay. Everyone turns and sees out of nowhere, except Aelric, who is laser focused, ready, and he is the one who sees this swarm of creatures emerge from one of the brands that has been placed onto the barrels of liquor. Coming out of that brand is this swarm of small tentacled creatures. For the rest of you, you just turn and see this swarm go fully over Harold. Harold, you are subsumed in this swarm of creatures, and they burrow themselves into your flesh. And Harold falls. And that is where we are going to end our session for today. I want to thank you, everyone, for an incredible session. Thank you, Legion, for some incredible advantages. Thank you, Inpu, for joining us as our secret special guest. I assume we're going to see you again next week. And, of course, I want to thank all of our players, Michael Keane, Sean Boyd, Sam Gilroy, Claire Hogan, and of course our special guest, Eric Fournier. Thank you for tuning in and watching, whether in our chat live or viewing from some future time and place. I hope you enjoyed tonight's session. And remember to tell your friends, follow us, subscribe on Twitch, Instagram, YouTube. You can find our archive videos there. And last but not least, of course, we have more content on the You Are Legion channel. Wednesday nights, Eric Fournier, who's here right now, leads a rotating team of adventurers. One of those people is me. The prequel series Behind the Veil on Wednesday. I'm going to be joining. Guess what happens then? We don't know. It's a little bit of a prison break, I think. And of course, keep your notifications on because we also play video games. Those happen sometimes, right, Claire? They happen.
Oh,
They happen
yeah.
on Friday.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Right? It was great. My name's Coy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right? I always try to catch it.
You were there.
Anyway.
I was there. Some of us were there. It was great.
We were all there.
Thanks.
Boom. My name's Coy. It's been an honor and a pleasure to be your storyteller this evening as our heroes shape their fate, guided by the many voices of destiny. Because after all, you are not just the audience. You are Legion. Until next time, keep rolling those dice.
In Candlewick Manor, born to nobility, Ollie dance through life with frivolity. Parties and balls, a life so grand. Little did she know what fate had planned. Ollie, Ollie, the wandering Candlewick, chosen by Sybil in her destiny's down. Escape from towers of pain to the open road, a reluctant cleric with powers bestowed. Plucked from luxury, thrust into robes, surrounded by tomes and dusty old globes. But Ollie's mind, sharp as a tack, mastered the legalese others did lack. Contracts and bylaws, she knew them all. Her litigious power